Hey guys, it's Jessica. So my friend Megan, I'll post her video and her name below. But Megan did a pregnancy tag, and I don't know. I guess I haven't seen this video yet. So anyway, I haven't even finished watching her video. I just copied and pasted the questions from her video into a Word document so I can read the questions. Have not read them yet, and I just figured I would do it since I haven't done like a public pregnancy update or anything. Um, so yeah, I guess I'll just get started. I'll have the questions below. Um, but again, I haven't read the questions. I didn't finish watching her video. I've not seen it before, this tag, so we'll see. And I will try to do a belly shot at the end. Also, I apologize for the way that I look. We've been outside all day. It's like 3:30 in the afternoon. We've been outside since we got up this morning. The weather is finally so pretty here. Got the windows open and everything. So I'll get started. All right, how and when did you find out that you were pregnant? I found out that I was pregnant on November 18th, 2012. We had sent my son, Gavin, over to my in-laws, and Jason and I had a date night. We had Chinese, we were just hanging out, and when we had gone to the store earlier that day or earlier that evening to pick up dinner, I was like, I think I'm late, which I'll explain in a minute. I think I'm late, so I'll just go ahead and get a couple dollar store tests, just to have on hand if I'm still late, or still haven't started my period in a couple days. And the reason I say I thought I was late is because I didn't track ovulation or anything that cycle or the past several cycles because my cycles have been so crazy. I had cycles that were normally between 32 and 35 days. But I had a couple that were like 29 days, which is very, very rare for me. And then I had two different cycles that were both 58 days long. So I didn't know if it just happened to be one of those 58-day long cycles. I thought I felt when I had ovulated, but I wasn't sure. So I didn't know. I just thought I was probably late. So we grabbed some tests, came home, we were eating dinner, and then afterwards I just, go to the bathroom like normal and thought, I'm just going to go ahead and test. And I did, and I'd actually taken the test and then was like, oh, I should get my camera just, I don't know why, just in case. So I got my camera and I came back in there, and before I could like turn it on and like look at the test with the camera, I saw it from across the bathroom, and I was like, oh my god. So I was trying so hard to be quiet so Jason wouldn't hear me, and because he was in the kitchen and I was in the bathroom through our room, and yeah, so I finally was like, oh my god, I calmed down, and then I took the camera. Sorry, I'm pretty comfortable. I took the camera and got Jason's reaction and told him. I gave him the test, and he's like, what does this mean? And I was like, we're pregnant, we're finally pregnant. And so then we hugged and kissed and cried, and I was like shaking when I took the test to him. I was trying to film it, and I'm like shaking so bad. But anyway, so that's how I found out, and that's how I told Jason, which is actually a later question. But yeah, so that's how we found out. How do you feel? I felt great. Like emotionally, I felt so ecstatic to finally be pregnant. Physically and everything, I felt I'd just been very, very hormonal, like crazy hormonal. Um, yeah, this pregnancy has been so different from my son's pregnancy. Um, but yeah, so I felt good. I was so glad to be pregnant, but hormonally and everything, a little wacky. How old were you? 22. I'm still 22. How did I tell my partner? Told him the way I just told you I told him. Did you wait 3 months to tell people? Why? Why not? We found out that we were pregnant on the 18th, and I was five weeks and 1 day that day, I think. And we told our family Christmas weekend. that we were pregnant, so we were like 10 and a half weeks when we told family. Except Megan, I told her like that night. I was like, guess what? So yeah. But everybody else we waited and told closer to Christmas. Um, is this my first? No, this is my second. Um, do you want more? Yes, we plan on having at least one more at some point. But, you know, who knows? I haven't even had this one yet. Your biggest craving. Oh my gosh, sweets. Okay, so like talking about things being so different between these two pregnancies, Gavin's and this one. With Gavin, I did not, I don't remember ever feeling like overly hormonal or emotional. Like even when I was in labor and stuff, I was telling everybody please and thank you and I'm sorry, and I was not loud or anything like that. I don't know how I'll be in labor this time, but that's just how I was with him. I craved savory carbs with him. Bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit was like my number one craving with him. But yeah, this pregnancy I've been way hormonal, and my biggest cravings have been like sweets. Um, not even so much like chocolate and stuff, but like fruit, watermelon, cantaloupe, strawberries. Yeah, I love fruit. I could I could live off of fruit. That's so I don't have just like one thing that's been my biggest craving, but like fruit as a whole has been a huge craving. What's the best part of being pregnant? Knowing that I'm going to have a baby, knowing that I could potentially give Jason a daughter or another son, that Gavin gets a little brother or sister. Um, I don't know, just the everything that comes with being a mom. I mean, there's always ups and downs to being a mom, but they're mostly ups. Um, we knew we wanted to expand our family, and the best part about being pregnant is knowing that we get to do that. The worst part of being pregnant, um, I would say it changes with each pregnancy. This pregnancy has been some of the symptoms. The worst part, because this is my second pregnancy, the worst part about being pregnant with my first was probably that I wasn't as educated or as I didn't know what I wanted as much with him, and so I was easily swayed. And so I would say that was probably the worst part with him, with his pregnancy. This time is probably the like symptoms, and I say that because I've been having a lot of hip pain, my like the whole hip area, especially the sciatic nerve. It'll hurt when I'm sitting, when I'm standing, when I'm laying down, and I've started getting pain in my like pubic area, like my pubic bone. I guess the muscles and everything wrapped around that are getting so stretched that it feels like I've gotten kneed in the crotch, and it's like bruised. That's how it feels. It hurts to like roll over and get out of bed. So I'd say that's the worst part, but it's totally worth it. Um, we find out the gender. What do you prefer? We're not finding out the gender or the sex until the baby gets here, which I'm so excited about. It's a surprise. And I have no preference either way. My husband keeps saying that he is positive we're having a little girl, which I would love. I would love to have a daughter. I would love to have another son. I really honestly don't have a preference either way. When we were trying, probably when we first started trying, and it took us 15 months to conceive this baby. When we first started trying, I probably really wanted a girl. And then towards like the second half of trying, I really wanted a boy. Um, Thinking that if we only had three, I wanted, Gavin and him to have a brother kind of close in age and then a girl. But now I really honestly have absolutely no preference either way. Do you have names picked out? Excuse me. Do you have names picked out, and what are the stories behind them? We do have names picked out for the most part. We have like our top combos, like first and middle names, that we plan on using for both genders. However, we do have kind of a short list of other names we like, just in case we have the baby and we're like, oh no, that's not your name. So, and then stories behind the names. They're really, one of them is a family name, and the others are just, we like them. Me and Jason agree on them, which is hard because I can like a lot of names and he can like several names, but to find names that we agree on is rare. So when you can find those, you gotta stick to them. So we do have names picked out for the most part, but we're not sharing them until the baby's born. What is your birth plan? My plan is to, God willing, prayerfully and hopefully, have a VBAC. I'm really hoping that I can have my baby naturally and with as little assistance as possible. I'm not having an unassisted birth, but hopefully with as little assistance as possible. I really want it to just be an intimate thing for me and Jason and Gavin if he wants to be there. Will you breastfeed? Absolutely. I breastfed for only a couple months with Gavin and really feel guilty for not breastfeeding longer, not trying harder. Again, I wasn't educated, and it ended up not working out. I had a lot of issues, like being in and out of the hospital and put on painkillers and stuff, and so I was having to pump and dump. But I didn't. By the time I got out of the hospital and tried breastfeeding him again, he had gotten so used to the bottle that he didn't really have any interest, and then my milk supply wasn't enough to feed him. So yes, but I will breastfeed this baby. I'm sorry, I was really sick, and so I'm getting over that. So I apologize for the sniffling and coughing. Do you plan to work or be a stay-at-home mom? Currently a stay-at-home mom and plan to do that hopefully until we're done having kids and they're a little bit older at least. 16, will you make your own baby food? Yes, I did not make my own baby food with Gavin. Again, undereducated, I didn't know how easy it was to make your own baby food, and plus our diet was totally different when he was born versus now. That yes, I'll make my own baby food. And 17, last question. Do you have a nursery idea or theme idea? If we have a little boy, well, either way, the baby's going to stay in our room for probably at least 6 months. But when the baby gets their room, if it's a little boy, he'll share with Gavin. And if it's a little girl, and his room is like blue and gray with red accents and minimal dinosaur theme right now. And if it's a girl, I have ideas. I don't really know what we'll end up doing. I thought about doing cream color furniture, brown walls, cream color furniture, and coral and or peach accents. Because I feel like that the baby would be able to grow with that really well. But that's just my idea right now. But like I said, we don't even know if we're having a boy or girl. So that is it for the tag. I will give you a belly shot real quick, and then I will go. And I am also today like 25 and a half weeks. So that is 25 and a half weeks pregnant with baby number 2. So thank you for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.